in late 1820s, the Fredonian Rebellion in Texas had caused a lot of people in Texas and beyond to get very nervous because this event could happen again. And so what happened was after that rebellion, as we talked about last time, there were many people in America thinking, hey, this is our chance to get some land in Texas. Many in America thought maybe we ought to bring Texas into the Union. Maybe that will resolve the conflicts that seem to be existing. And Mexico got nervous that they started to see offers coming from the United States, and they were not interested in seeing the United States annex Texas. So what they did was they had a man named Mayo. Let me say his name correctly. Um, Mayer Yatarian. Miguel Mayer. Is it Miguel? I want to make sure I say his name correctly. General Manuel D. Mayer Yatarian. They had a group that toured Texas to check out the viability and what the condition of the state was. And as a result of touring the state, he found out that in certain parts of the state there was a strong Mexican influence, and in other parts not so strong. And this kind of report concerned Mexico because they knew they might be vulnerable to more activity like the Fredonian Rebellion. So in April 6, 1930, they passed the law of April 6, 1830. Now, what this law did was ban immigration from America. It also banned the transportation of slaves from America to Texas. No more slaves were going to come into Texas from America. It also banned Americans from being impresarios. Now, they still handed out contracts to people, and they welcomed people from other countries to come in and impresarios from other countries, but there was a distinct attempt to prevent Americans from making any move into Texas. In fact, they set up military outposts along the border that would make sure that there was no immigration from America into Texas. It was one of those situations that really kind of upset Stephen F. Austin, but he made sure he worked with it, but he wasn't happy with it. And so, as you can see, there was a definite attempt to control the number of people coming into Texas, and it was out of fear that another Fredonian Rebellion would take place. Now, in addition to restricting immigration, the law of April 6, 1830 also began to tax all U.S. imports in Texas. These imports, taxes, or customs serve two purposes. Like all taxes, they raise money for the government. In addition, however, they were designed to encourage internal trade within Mexico. With the duties, goods from the United States would now be more expensive. With the duties, goods from the United States would now be more expensive than the goods from Mexico. The rest of Mexico had been paying such duties for many years. Under the new law, Texas had to pay customs duties on imports as well. So a little bit of, hardball came from the great state of Mexico. And so the law of 1830 angered many people in Texas. They appeared that the new restrictions would hurt the growing Texas economy. Immigration had led to population growth and trade, which helped the economy. Many Anglo settlers were also upset because they couldn't bring their family members with them. That was something that was a attraction. You go move to Texas, and then you settle it, and then bring family. Well, this new law said, no, you're not going to do that. And that upset the people who had planned to do that. So Stephen F. Austin disliked the new law, but he tried to work with Mexican officials. He encouraged colonists to respect the law. However, Austin's own faith in the central government had been shaken by the change in its dealings with Texas. In a letter, he expressed concerns that the government was treating the people of Texas like children or slaves. Tejanos, who supported immigration, such as Erasmo Seguin, Jose Antonio Navarro, and Francisco Ruiz, also opposed the law. After the law went into effect, the Ayuntamiento of San Antonio held a special meeting. Its members, including Seguin, Navarro, and Ruiz, noted several of the advantages of having people from the United States move to Texas. So they were in favor of people coming to Texas and therefore not happy with the law that had been passed. Now, as you can see, more tension, more challenges for a state that was growing. Thousands of people were coming in. But a government like Mexico was very nervous about the growth because they wanted to maintain control. And for that rebellion, the Fredonian Rebellion really shook them up. And as a result, more and more people were starting to say maybe it's time for a Texas that would be independent. Maybe. We'll talk more later.